We'll now look at some properties of these 6 functions that make up a basic library of functions. Let's make some quick sketches for each of these. X squared is a parabola that opens up, and the points of interest that we're going to keep track of are 0, 0, 1, 1, and negative 1, positive 1. Square root of x is half of a parabola that opens off to the right, and the points of interest that we'll keep track of on this graph are 0, 0, 1, 1, and 4, 2. X cubed is the one that looks like a vertical snake, and the points of interest that we keep track of on this graph are 0, 0, 1, 1, and negative 1, negative 1. Cubed root x looks like a sideways snake with the same 3 points of interest. The absolute value of x is the graph that looks like a V, and the points of interest on this graph are 0, 0, 1, 1, and negative 1, positive 1. And the reciprocal function is the graph that has the asymptotes. X is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0 are considered points of interest. We do want to keep track of where those land after transformations. Additionally, we have 2 more points of interest, 1, 1, and negative 1, negative 1. The reciprocal function is a graph that approaches the asymptotes and passes through those ordered pairs. So we approach the x-axis and approach the y-axis. Now let's answer some questions about the 6 functions that are in our library. Which of the functions are even? And let's remember that an even function is one that has symmetry about the y-axis. So if we come back up here, we see that this function is even, this function is even, and that's it. So only y is equal to x squared and y is equal to the absolute value of x are even functions. In number 2, we're asked which functions in the library are odd, and as a reminder, an odd function is one that has symmetry about the origin. So back up here to the library, we see that we have x cubed and cubed root of x that are symmetrical about the origin, but as well, this reciprocal function is also symmetrical about the origin. If we were to turn this graph upside down, we would see the same image. So the answer to part 2 would be x cubed, y is equal to the cubed root of x, and y is equal to 1 over x, the reciprocal function. In number 3, we're asked to find the domain of the square root function. And as we can see that the domain of the square root function starts at x is equal to 0, including x is equal to 0, and extending out to positive infinity. So the answer here would be from 0 to positive infinity, including the 0. Number 4 asks us for the range of the absolute value function. We can see that the absolute value function has outputs that are positive only, and so the range of this absolute value function is going to be from 0 to positive infinity, and again, we do include the 0. So the answer here is also from 0 to positive infinity. In number 5, we're asked to find the local minimum of the function f at x is equal to x squared, and also determine where it occurs. In x squared, the local minimum is happening here, but the way that we answer that question is by saying the min value is the smallest y value that occurs, so the minimum is equal to 0. But then we would say, where does it occur? It occurs at the x coordinate, which would be x is equal to 0. So the minimum is the lowest y value, and the x value is where it occurs. So the answer to this question would be that the minimum is that lowest y value, and then we would say that it occurs at x is equal to 0.